Hello, my name is Simmer Sky and welcome to my YouTube channel and welcome back to Copy and Paste. In this new series, I am building real-life homes and trying to get them as closely as I can in The Sims, as close with, the packs that I have and, within our Sims limitations. So today on episode 2, this is the house that we are going to be working towards. I will be honest, right off the bat, I took some creative liberties because I couldn't tell whether or not that siding was gray or blue. And as I sit here, honestly, I still don't know, so I stand by my choice of making it blue. Also, as I'm looking at that photo though, I think I like what I did with the front. It doesn't look spot on, of course, because, we don't have everything in The Sims that we have in, real life. But I really like what I did. I feel like it's very simple and sweet, and it fits the, suburban vibes of the house. So here we're just gonna do the roof line. The roof came together pretty well, I'd say. I was pretty surprised that I was able to do it without a whole lot of difficulty. That's relatively new, but I mean, I also was working from an image, so I find that when I'm doing that, it's a little bit easier to get together relatively seamlessly. It's not as difficult because you already know the pieces are going to work together because they do in real life. I guess the only issue in The Sims is sometimes they don't work as nicely. But I think at the end of the day, I like how it turned out. So when I was roofing the trick that I tried with this one, and I have been trying it more recently, is just getting the roof pieces on and knowing that they'll cover the entire build. And then from there, just, change the angles and see what works. And that's kind of what I did with this one. I knew the shape that I needed, so I just threw those in place and then figured I would change the heights and things and it would come together. And I'm pretty happy with the fact that it did come together as I anticipated it would. Had no doubt in myself at all at any point. None whatsoever. I hope you can tell that that's sarcasm in my voice. Now we're going to be moving to our little patio here, and the patio threw me for a loop because in the photo, the entrance where the door is looks like it's only what would be probably 2.5 tiles wide, but we don't have half tiles, so I had to make it 3. And honestly, it doesn't look perfect to me, and I realize that it's not great, but got to work within the parameters of The Sims, and I feel like within those I like it. And I'm looking at it in real life right now. I'm looking at the product at the moment, and I gotta say, I'm just all I have to say is chef's kiss. I would live here. Honestly, I would live here. I think I may actually put this build in one of my save files because I like it. I would love to have a family, like a friend of my Sims family, live in this house, honestly. Okay, so as I pick the wallpaper though, I'm going to have the building up for a minute. So as you can see, there's that stone base at the bottom of the wood paneling on the real house. And we really don't have something similar in The Sims. And we have this brick one, but there isn't really a similar type of wallpaper that we've got that has different shape and different color stones that aren't just normal bricks. So deciding on what to do with that was really difficult. But I liked this one the best because it had that vibe and it looks similar. If you didn't look super closely at the real life photo, I feel like you may not notice that they're that different. So I'm not mad at this choice. I wish that we had more options in wallpapers that had stone, half stone, half paneling, because I feel like that's really realistic. I feel like that's a thing in real life, and I would love to have more of that. Here, I'm really annoyed that these columns don't go to the ground on all of them because I can't. I was having difficulties finding a foundation I liked or platform that I liked because I found that I needed one that had that little lip. Because if it didn't have the little lippy thing at the top there, at the very top, then the columns would go over the side. So I was really bugged. I was really annoyed at that. But again, it's The Sims, and these are things that we have to deal with. Just little aesthetic things that you don't otherwise realize. But is what it is. Is what it is. Otherwise, like it, and this works just fine. The foundation matches the brick on the wall, so good enough. I also cover it in plants at the end, so you really don't even see it, so I probably should just stop throwing a bitch fit, but, I'm going to. I'm gonna pick it apart because it's my build and that's what I do. I pick apart everything I do so that nobody else can do it before me, okay? Because if I've already said it, that means I've already come to terms with it, and you can't say it because it like doesn't matter. Because, you know, sticks and stones. I don't know. I feel like I just went on a weird little rant. No one's ever said anything mean about my builds. I don't know why. It's just preemptive. I'm preparing myself because, you know, the internet's a scary place, and we get told that all the time. And I've heard of simmers who just get complete shit on. So I'm scared. I'm scared, but I'm still here. I'm still here. That's what matters. I'm doing my best, and I'm doing something I like. If you want to start a YouTube channel, if you're here and you're watching, I think you should do it. You should do it, and then you should send me your URL so I can sub to your channel, because we have to stick together. We have to be in this together. We're almost done with the building, I think, because this is a lot of just me fidgeting with little things, and you don't need to see me do that. So I apologize. We are just going to make a couple small little fixes, add a couple windows, and then we'll be getting to most of the landscaping, I promise. We're almost done here. I will say I feel like the one thing of the front that really is just like perfectly spot on is that very top little like dormer section just above our door. I feel like with the trim and the windows, it looks spot on. I will say I do go back later and change the paneling on the roof, like the wallpaper on the roof, to the cats and dogs one. I actually just bought that pack right before I finished building, or right after I finished building this build. So I did go back and do that, and then I realized my first video has something similar, and I should have done it on that as well. But you know, it is what it is. You can replace it and then make it even more spot on. So now we're going to be doing the exterior and the landscaping and stuff. I'm very excited. So we're going to do a nice big fence around the build. I feel like it screams suburban home, and this house is filled with kids. There are 3 bedrooms in this house. There is one that is a toddler's room, one that it's probably either an older child or like a teenager's room, and then of course the primary bedroom. I didn't make them super personalized just because I didn't know who was going to be living here, but I did want to have it so that there was a more grown-up room other than the primary bedroom. And then, of course, I wanted a kid's room. I like to really make the teenage bedrooms a little bit more adulty, like a little bit more grown-up, but like give it a little just sprinkle of teenage angst. So in this build, I just did something very low key, but I made it almost like princessy. You know what I mean? So maybe the young person who lives in that room, the young teen, maybe she's in high school. Maybe she's a little materialistic, a little maybe self-absorbed. Something like that. That was kind of the vibes I was getting. I do not have the high school pack, and I'm very sad I don't. But I feel like that might be the next pack I get. Maybe when it goes on sale. It may not go on sale for a very long time, but that's okay. I can wait. I am patient. Excuse me while I just kind of like ramble about nothing. So why don't we talk about the build then? In this little patio area, we have I believe those are the tables from the backyard stuff pack, maybe. I love that pack. It's super cute. I really like that outdoor furniture. I feel like that's very, very much my kind of outdoor furniture style, and I like them. And then we're just going to get a cute little rug in there. That's a little base game rug. Love that. And then we're going to move to the interior. The interior, I didn't know what layout I wanted. My original plan was to put the dining room in the front here, and then have the kitchen in this little back corner. I do end up scrapping that idea, and I end up putting the dining room where the kitchen is, a living family space where the dining is, and then the dining in the back right corner of the build. I really like the kitchen in the back right of the corner. I really like how the space turns out. It feels like it flows really nicely, and then we have a cute little office just right there in the front, and I feel like that's useful to have a nice little space for working, studying, all that kind of stuff, and then you could throw like skill building items in there if you needed to modify, Very, very easy. I like that. And then messing around with these stairs was very difficult because I wanted to fit in this little nook so I could fit a bathroom kind of like behind it. But after struggling with the orientation of the stairs for quite a bit, I abandoned the idea of having it curve, and then we ended up having it straight. And I feel like that much better suited what I wanted. I wanted a little hallway and a little bathroom in this little corner, and it fit so much better once I straightened the stairs. I feel like I was making it too complicated by trying to make the stairs turn. So I did that a lot, actually. I feel like most of the time when I put stairs in homes, I just have them turn because I'm used to having stairs that turn, but I feel like more often than not, just a straight stair would be far more beneficial. But it's okay. I'm learning again. Just gotta go back to basics sometimes. The floor plan up here does end up a little funky, but I mean it's okay. It's still great. So it ends up with 3 bedrooms, and it kind of has two bedrooms with en suites. The toddler's bedroom is actually the bedroom with one of the en suites, and of course it has the primary bathroom as well. But I decided that I didn't. Well, first of all, you can't access the toddler's bedroom, the toddler's bathroom any other way. The stairs actually block the wall that you would otherwise use. So I decided, here we are, putting that door in. It is what it is. And then we're going to have the primary bathroom and the other bathroom upstairs, just sharing a wall. I like it. It's okay. Turns out fine. Is what it is. But I just figured we would address it now. But, it may be helpful to have a bathroom off the toddler's bedroom. It's difficult to get toddlers to get to a bathtub sometimes. So figured it might actually be helpful to do that. So as we're doing the floor plan, just going to chuck some windows in here. A lot of them are going to get moved, but for the most part, I wanted to have all of the rooms have a lot of nice natural light. So in most of my builds, I actually do that. I end up just putting windows where I think I'm going to want windows, and then we'll change them around. Once we finish up picking out this door, we're going to move to the interior and start furnishing. So I wanted to have a nice dark wood on the floor, something that matches the door that just went in the back. And I couldn't find a flooring that was quite as red that I liked, that had that touch of almost red or orange in it, but I like the flooring that we pick here, and I'm fairly certain that's actually a base game floor. And then a lot of the house ends up being eco lifestyle, actually. The color scheme ends up being blue and yellow, and I feel like I do that color scheme frequently, but in my defense, I like it and it looks good. So, I feel like I shouldn't have to explain myself. So here we are. We're just going to change the floor up to one that kind of matches, the door and the floor a little bit, or doors a little bit better. But I didn't like a lot of them. So this is the one we ended up going with, and this is base game. The floor that I throw in the bathrooms, I've actually been really feeling that in the bathroom areas. I don't know why, but it's actually it's a wood floor that looks kind of like a tile floor. So I decided to put that in the entryway and then also in all the bathrooms. Okay, so we are now moving into the living space, and I wasn't certain what I wanted to do in here. Originally, the thought was I was going to do all of the paranormal stuff, but then I found this couch from the Industrial Loft Kit, and I haven't had a chance to use it, and it just, it felt like it was inviting, but it wasn't, as polished, I guess, as I wanted the space to look. So instead, we change it up, and again, my indecisiveness is just so evident as I look back and watch these. You'd think I'd cut all this out, and I do cut a lot of it out, but here we are. I finally settle on one piece of furniture, and that is the paranormal love seat there on the front wall, and that's really the only thing I was set on. We end up changing everything else in here. I guess the TV stays. That's true. The TV does stay. So after quite a bit of indecision, we end up with this eco lifestyle couch, the paranormal stuff pack love seat, and a dream home decorator chair. Just a lot of things, a lot of packs. There was no holds bar in this build. I apologize, but here is this living room. Love it, super cute. I feel like even though the colors are lighter, it's still very inviting, especially with the fluffy rug. I like that. The fluffy rug is probably one of my favorite things that we have in the pack. I feel like I've said that about something else, but I can't remember what it is I've said it about, so we're going to go with it's the fluffy rug. Here in this little area, we are going to put our dining space. I wanted to have a credenza or a buffet table at the back by this window, and I really like how it turns out. It just, wanted to have a little bit of clutter, a little bit of family memorabilia, stuff like that in this area. I didn't put a whole lot of personalization in here. It's really just plants and a couple of items from Dream Home Decorator. But I like how it turns out anyway. And you could, of course, put your Sims photos on that little buffet table, or even on the little plant stand if you have blooming rooms. I really like how this spot turned out though, and I feel like it's very cute. Just gonna deal a little bit with stuff not clipping to places I want them to, but it's The Sims. That's part of the charm. Things don't go where you want them to, or you can't set stuff on shelves because it's just a hair too big. It just be like that. It just be like that. So this is also just going to be a relatively simple area. I'm really mixing like wood tones in here, but I tried to keep it with like light woods, the dark wood on the floor, and then whites. So that's what we go with. We're going to keep with the blue color scheme with the chairs, and now we're just going to move into this little kitchen. I really like how this kitchen turned out, honestly. It's in this little like nook space, and I feel like it's gourmet, but also very inviting. We keep with the color scheme, of course. I will beat a color scheme to death. There will never be any doubt of what colors I had in mind when building. It will always be very consistent. But here we're just gonna put in our cabinetry and stuff like that. We're gonna keep with the blue and the yellow scheme, and we're gonna use a lot of the Dream Home Decorator in this kitchen. I really like that pack. It's very fun, and I liked the different color swatches for the cooking items. It really bugs me that you can't put the flat top on top of the oven. I know that the reason that they did that is that you didn't have to put them together, but I feel like they should also be able to go together. But that's just me, and I bet you could have bet money that I was going to use one of these swatches from the base game, because that tile is phenomenal and it's blue and yellow, so it matches my scheme, so of course I was going to use it. I really like how this room turned out though. I really do. I love it. It's so cute and like cozy. Actually, no, the vibes I'm getting like from like just looking at it. It feels like a rental home. Like I feel like you could rent this place on like Airbnb, and I would love to stay here. I would love this place as an Airbnb. If I got this house as an Airbnb or like a VRBO, I would be so freaking happy with it. Like 5 out of 5 stars. 5 out of 5 stars. Like it seems so cozy and so comforting, and it just, I don't know, I love it. I love it. I would stay here. I would stay here. So we're going to now move to the bathroom. I will say all of the bathrooms, of course, are relatively the same. I do not do any bathrooms differently, really, because I am boring and I am uncreative. So all of them are just going to have this basic, the tile, the same floor, all of that's going to be generally the same. I guess I don't normally separate the bathtub and the toilet from the sink and stuff, so that's a little bit different. My sink is actually separated from my toilet and shower in my house, so you'd think I would do that more often. Honestly, and one of the things I've been dealing with a lot in gameplay is Sims walking in on my Sims while they're going to the bathroom or in the shower. I don't know why, but I feel like it's been happening a lot more recently, and we're gonna start adding this into more builds because I don't want my Sims to become embarrassed, like there is privacy for a reason, and we're gonna put as many doors in between as possible so that we can ensure that that doesn't happen. Of course, we're going to use the new Desert Luxe curtains because it's amazing, and it's probably, here we go, one of my favorite items in the game. I feel like I need a list. I feel like I need a list of all of my favorite items so that I can be consistent with which ones I'm saying are my favorite versus like just one of my favorites, Anyway, I'm sorry. I don't know. I feel goofy today. I feel a little goofy. We're just gonna, put some bar chairs here. I just look how cute this is. Like, it's just so sweet. I will say somehow my stairs got deleted at some point, and I ended up going back and replacing them, and I ended up replacing them with brown stairs instead of white stairs. The stairs instead matched the flooring. So, my bad. But things happen. Things happen sometimes. And I really hate when that happens. I feel like stairs get deleted a lot, and like terrain paint. But I feel like the stairs probably got deleted because like a move objects or something screwed up. But like the terrain paint, why does that get deleted? Why? Don't delete my terrain paint, especially like when I do a whole backyard in terrain paint and then the whole thing's just gone. Like, man, really? Ugh. Anyway, so now we're going to be moving to the office space. I feel like this is super cute. I have a little bookcase here. I really like this bookcase. I think that's maybe Moschino stuff, maybe. I don't know. I really did not pack limit myself. I feel like I should start trying that. But we're gonna just get a cute little chair, a cute little sitting area in the office, and it's gonna be pretty much that. It's just relatively simple. Again, not a whole lot of personalization going on in this build. So hopefully you can fill the house with photos of your Sims, and you can make it more your own. You know. And speaking of making it more your own, you could always turn this office into another bedroom. I feel like that's always nice, and I feel like it's a nice size for that as well. So you could definitely do that if need be. You know, it's very nice. And then after we finish this room here, I think we're just gonna go and add a couple of clutter pieces throughout the build, and then we're gonna move into the upstairs. I didn't know what to put on this wall. I contemplated putting like the keyboard there or like the candle making table, but I decided not to. And you could always put that here if you wanted to as well. You know, one of the things I do a lot in my builds is include a room or a space or something that can be like a multi-purpose utility room, because where are you going to put some things, you know, like where are you going to put the candle machine, the kids like science table. Sometimes you need like workout equipment and stuff like that, and I feel like you just need a whole other space for that stuff. So sometimes I like to utilize like office spaces and put those things in, or like a basement or something like that. But most of the time I feel like it's just like an office space, and I'll throw like a easel or something like that in. Now again, we're just going to do some little decorative pieces in the downstairs area, and then we'll move upstairs. One of the clutter pieces that we are going to get in is I think it's called Basket of Cozies, maybe, from the Cottage Living pack. Cottage Living, that's what it is. So we ended up putting that in here as well, and I feel like that really contributes to the coziness of this room. I wasn't sure where to put it, so I think we end up sticking it at the end of the couch. Yeah, right here. And I feel like it's really realistic to have a nice little like basket of blankets. I love that. I feel like it's very welcoming, very cozy. And now we're going to move upstairs. This is the primary bedroom. Our colors, of course, we're going to keep with that the blue theme, and we're going to just keep with the dark woods. I really like how they look in here. I feel like it's very like matching set vibes. They don't match. The only things that match, that end up matching, are the bedside tables are the same. But I felt like all the wood tones were very similar, and I felt like you could almost think that they were a matching set. So that's why I did all that, and I did them all in the same woods. I really like the wallpaper we end up in here, and I was kind of playing with the like plant looking things on the bedspread, so we end up going with the plant wallpaper, and I love it. I would have gone with like a blue tone, but like it's just like it wasn't it. So we end up going with this gray one, and like you can't tell me that's not super cute. I considered just doing it on one wall, and then I was like, you know what? No, the whole room, It's great, and I really like it. I'm pretty proud of it actually. Okay, so now we are on to the primary bathroom. Of course, we're going to keep with our color scheme, and we're going to throw in some of the yellow in here. I never used that yellow sink. I didn't even know it existed. So, you know, trying something new. You know what isn't new though? Me deciding I don't like the layout of a room and completely changing it. So in just a moment here, we are going to switch it up and change the orientation of this bathroom. For all of our sakes, I have cut that part from the video. So here is our relatively finished primary bathroom. Hopefully no one walks in on you while you are on the toilet, because they might get a nice little show. All right, so we are now moving to this bedroom here. Like I mentioned before, in my mind, the Sim who is living in this room is maybe a little bit materialistic. She's a teenage girl. I mean, you really have to expect that from them, right? They're a little bit like that sometimes, but they're allowed to be. They're teenagers. They're angsty teens. It's their thing. So in here, I was kind of channeling that like princessy vibes, I guess, really. So we end up going with this bed from Cottage Living, as well as the little side table here. I believe it's from Paranormal, I want to say. And I'm sure it will not surprise you when I say that we end up with another fluffy rug in here. We also end up with a very interesting choice of wallpaper that I don't think I ever would have used before. Except for maybe in this setting or something kind of similar. I really like this dresser vanity set from Cottage Living, and I especially love it in this white. Like it feels princessy to me, and I love that mirror with the lights in it. I put that in a lot of like teenager bedrooms because it screams teenager to me. So after quite a bit of trial and error, we kind of tentatively land on these little like magazines from Moschino stuff, but it still isn't giving me the right vibes. So instead we're going to try to go for a rug. I don't know why I bothered trying all these different rugs. I even tried the little carpet trick because I thought maybe that would work, but you know, we don't have half tiles, so I couldn't get it in the placement I wanted, and I don't know why the rug was like a last thought for me, like a last ditch effort. That should have been the first thing I did. It was at this point that I realized that I could use wallpaper as decoration rather than having paintings on the wall, but this one that I have picked out really wasn't it. But this one screams princess. So that's one we end up going with. I really like it. I feel like it suits the space. It is very much like a little princessy. And like I said, I probably haven't used that wallpaper. If I ever have used that wallpaper, I haven't used it in a very long time. And I don't think there's really another setting I would use it other than like maybe I used it in my Not a Vampire build. But you know that like it seems very traditional, and the traditional really isn't my style and very like fancy, and that's really not the build style I have. So I'm glad that I used it here, and it suits the space. We're just going to fidget with the windows a little bit, and then we'll be moving to the toddler's room. You will have to forgive me for cutting out the bathrooms. They are boring and basically the same as the other bathrooms we have done to this point. So I figured no need to watch that again and again and again. So instead, we're just going to skip right to the toddler's bedroom. So here we are, we're going to be doing the toddler's bedroom. I was keeping with the theme, or I thought I was going to keep with our color scheme, like the blue and the yellow. And I don't know, I was just kind of bored. I was bored. So instead, we end up going with a pink and blue, and I like it. I like it more. I guess it's more like a pink, purple, and blue maybe is our color scheme, but I like it. And I really like what I did over in this corner. I have not used these little like seats, plushy things yet, and I thought they were kind of cute, and they feel like something that you, like your kid would sit on and like play with their little Wabbit tablet. So I put that over in this cute little corner. So you have like a little like reading nook almost for your little kiddo. And yeah, I think it's a nice little space. I will admit though, at this point I was feeling a little burnt out on decorating, so I don't do a whole lot other than putting like a couple of posters on the wall and painting one of the walls. I was tired. But it's still cute, and there's room for personalization. That's what it is. It's room for you to come in here and really personalize the space, and add more packs. Maybe you have the toddler stuff pack. I don't have that pack, so I left room for you to really go crazy with the bedrooms. You're welcome. Okay, so now we're moving to the exterior, and I wanted to have as much like hangout space back here as possible. I've really been feeling doing outdoor spaces, and especially like outdoor living spaces. I love landscaping. We've been over that before. If you're new here, hi, I love landscaping. If you want to learn some things from landscaping, I don't necessarily know what I'm doing, but I try to do a lot of new things with landscaping, so you might learn something. I don't know, maybe. We'll see. For example, one thing you may learn from me is that when you do pathways like this, it takes several tries. And no matter how many times you do it and erase and do it and erase, it may not ever come out perfect. You just have to accept it and fill it in with plants. And That'll make it okay. Everything will be fine. Don't you worry. At least that's what I keep telling myself. And things tend to work out when I do that. For example, I was really doubting that pathway as I was drawing it, but then when I started filling in this little cutout with the plants and putting in landscaping, I was like, no, this looks super cute. I like it. So really, it's just A, trust the process. B, you have to just keep trying. You also just noticed me point out the fancy tree. I didn't know that was there. I've been playing this game, and honestly, I have been looking for that tree in game. Never noticed it before. I've played on this a lot, and I still didn't notice that that's where the tree was. So I'm super observant. So if you ever need to know where the wonderful tree is, that tree actually takes you to another world, or like another hidden lot that's like super cute. I haven't tried it, but I plan on trying it. I think I'm actually, when I finish doing this voiceover, I think I might create a family for this house and go take one of them into the world. I think that's what we're going to do. If I do that and you want the family that I create, let me know. I think I might actually post them on Twitter because I don't do a whole lot of casts. It's not really my thing. So we are finishing up here. We're almost done with the exterior. We're just going to do a little bit of landscaping. Nothing too crazy. I really just wanted to have like a lot of flowers, make it look a little overgrown, especially because the wonderful tree over there is there, and there's a lot of wildflowers in the area. I forgot that this yard was huge, this side yard. So I kind of got lazy and just put a couple of little planters there. The rest of that side yard is basically blank. I hope you find something to do with it. But in just a moment, we will be done putting on the final touches, and I will take us to the house in game so we can do a tour. Alright, so we are now in game. This is Copy and Paste episode 2. You can find this house on the gallery under this name. I realize it's not super easy to find, or under the hashtag copypaste, all one word. So here is our house. Let's do a nice little tour of the exterior. Again, I think some of my terrain paint got deleted. I don't know. We'll go back. But here is our exterior. Very cute little blue Suburban. This exterior, this outside. Look at this. I feel like this side yard may be really great for some like jungle gyms or something like that. But you know, use it however you feel you want to. So now moving into the interior of this house, super simple. Again, just the blue and yellow. It's just very, very sweet and airy, but also comforting and welcoming, especially with all of the different textures and things like that. Wow, this isn't a very good tour, especially with all the walls coming around. Here is our bathroom, our kitchen. Oh my goodness, I think I need a nap. And just the bathroom there, and our office over on this side. Then we go upstairs, and we have the teenager's bedroom off of this side, off the stairs, and the toddler's bedroom at the top of the other side of the stairs. All of the bathrooms, just as many bathrooms as you need. No one will be peeing themselves in this house. And the primary bedroom. Very simple, very low key, but also very sweet, and I like it. Thank you for joining us. This has been episode 2 of Copy and Paste. Please subscribe to my channel and like this video for more content. I will be posting again. Copy and Paste is now a monthly series, so make sure you join us again this time next month for episode 3. And make sure you come back every Monday and Thursday for more videos. Thank you again for watching this episode of Copy and Paste. Please subscribe to my channel. I am sending you all of the positive energy, all of the good vibes, and happy simming.